Now they take these guys, and these guys say, well, I got to the position that I'm in right now today by selling drugs. So the message that it tells our kids is that if you go out, you sell drugs, then you can become a great rock star like myself and never go to prison. And I think that that's a false message to be given people who feel hopeless. I'm letting you know right now that the establishment is using hip-hop to prime these kids for a life that's gonna send them to prison, just like they did with me. See, when I was coming up, there was Superfly, Tequila Sunrise, Scarface, all these movies to make you think that you could start with nothing and then you could have the whole world at the palm of your hand. Only that there was no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It was a set of handcuffs and shackles. And you wanna know why the CIA symbol is behind me? Because they were the guys behind me when I was selling drugs. And now, they're behind hip hop and rock and roll. This prison, hip hop connection, they're behind that too. If it was good for them to sell drugs, then it should have been good for me to sell drugs. The money from the drugs went to buy guns for the Contras. Even if you don't read my book, warn your kids, let them know. But I advise you that this book is worth reading. Definitely for your kids. Even if you don't read it, get it for your kids, get it for your loved ones. Let them see what the drug culture is all about. It's not manufactured like the stuff you see on TV and you hear in music. This is real life. It's your life, your loved one's life. Let's make a difference. You know where to find me. Freeway Ricky, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, freewayrick.com. Hit me up. You know I'm out here. Yeah, it's very important that I redeem myself for the wrongs that I've done. And I feel that the way that I can redeem myself the best is by helping others not fall in the same footsteps that I fell in. Because I believe that it's a trap. It's a trap to catch you. Yeah. Just because you're doing bad and you're looking for a way to make an income, there's people that'll take your freedom forever and ever. Don't make the same mistake I made. Don't get caught up. It's time for us to wake up and face it. Get the truth, and you're done.
All right, and thank you, Josh Owens, for producing that piece on the real Freeway Ricky Ross. That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. The InfoWars Nightly News will return, Lord willing, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock p.m. Central. Be sure to check out Infowars.com for all the latest updates in the Ferguson trial. Meanwhile, we'll see you tomorrow right here at 7 p.m. Good night. Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. Celebrate the spirit of 1776 with the George Washington brass belt buckle or this incredibly sharp-looking 1776 hat. Badass. And be sure to check out the new arrivals at InfoWars Life, where you can prepare your body to perform at peak levels with Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, Super Male Vitality, and Fluoride Shield. And wake up, America. Immune Support Blend is the healthy choice for the gourmet coffee lover. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
The laws governing the immigration system aren't working. The system is broken. I do hope there is a positive resolution to the debate. We must remember that the vast majority of immigrants are decent people who work hard and support their families and practice their faith and lead responsible lives.
This is how absurd this has become under the Bush administration, because, you know, there is a smart way to protect our borders and there is a dumb way to protect our borders. So I would have a review. I would listen to the people who live along the border.
Well, this is an area where Senator Clinton and I almost entirely agree. I think that the key is to consult with local communities. The Bush administration is not real good at listening. That's not what they do well.
There are increasing calls, not just from Republicans, but also for some Democrats, for you to visit the border during this trip. Can you explain why you didn't do that?
This isn't theater. This is a problem. I'm not interested in photo ops.
Every time he opens his mouth about immigration and what he's going to do, there's a huge negative impact on us that live out here along the border, especially in the rural areas where all the smuggling trails are.
They wish I could just bypass Congress and change the law myself. But that's not how democracy works.
A spokeswoman for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office said USAID was in this country illegally.
Gurau Aguilar faces 3 counts of aggravated sexual battery of a person under the age of 13. Jacobo Gurau faces 1 count of rape of a person under the age of 13.
Police believe 19-year-old Sergio Perez, an illegal immigrant, attacked the woman in her home Sunday.
418 children were raped by illegals in the state of North Carolina in the month of August 2014 alone.
If he tells the Department of Homeland Security how to process people when they want to come in the country, he can do that. He runs the executive branch. But if he tells Homeland Security and Border Patrol, look the other way when illegals come in, that is violating his oath because it's a failure to enforce the law, and he took an oath to uphold the law. So if the practical effect of his executive order is the opposite of what the law requires, I hate to say this, Republicans don't want to do it, and I understand why. He's a candidate for impeachment.
Well, what about? Well, look, in my view, we need to be a nation that welcomes and celebrates legal immigrants, people who follow the rules, but at the same time, rule of law matters. And if you look at any sovereign nation, securing your border is critically important. You know, if you come down to Texas, you see photographs that are heartbreaking because they entrust themselves to transnational global criminal cartels, secure the borders, and then improve and streamline legal immigration so people can come to America consistent with the rule of law.
Who was talking the talk and who walked the walk? Because I walked, and the folks from Chicago know that I was on television talking about making sure that we've got a humane and comprehensive immigration policy. I didn't run away from the issue, and I didn't just talk about it in front of Latino audiences. That's something that I think we should remember. There are few examples. Believe me, the idea of doing things on my own is very tempting. I promise you, not just on immigration reform. But that's not how our system works. That's not how our democracy functions. That's not how our Constitution is written.
We're defined by a creed, an idea. And we want that tradition to continue, but too often we're losing talent because after the enormous investment we make in students and young researchers, we tell them to go home. Part of staying competitive in a global economy is making sure that we have an immigration system that doesn't send away talent, but attracts it. We want them to initiate new discoveries and start businesses. So that's what I'll be talking about a little bit tonight.
You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.
You are watching the InfoWars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. Members can share their passcodes with up to 11 other people, and your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.